Welcome back, guys. Let's put this in the ether. I don't know what to name this video, but I think I'm gonna name it. Um, what is it? Bad time will always overshadow the good times. What do I mean by that? Bad time will always overshadow the good time. Will supersede the good times, right? In a relationship, right? In a relationship, no matter how many good times that you had with your girlfriend, your relationship with your significant others, right? No matter how many of it, all the good times, all the precious memories, right? The bad times will always solidify the decision of breaking up, right? Because what the bad time is? What is bad time, right? Bad moments in your relationship, right? Because bad moments in your relationship is usually have to do with pain and suffering, right? And people will only learn to pain and suffering, right? People will only learn to pain and suffering. So the bad time is pain and suffering, right? So when they learn pain and suffering, when people learn things, right? It it imprint that feeling into people, right? So pain and suffering will last longer than it is a good time. Good times go away, right? Good times happen in a moment and it goes fast. It's easy to forget. Unfortunately, when you have more bad times, right? When you have more bad times in your relationships or whatever it is, right? Those are the thing that hits you hard the most. Those are the thing that is hard for people to get over. What's wrong in most relationships is that in most relationships there are more bad times than there are good times, right? Like people like to see a couple holding hands and seem like they're having a good time. What they're not seeing is that between those good times that you're seeing, behind closed door, you don't know how many arguments they have. You don't know how many fights they have. You don't know how many regrets of saying the wrong things that they have to each other, right? You don't know about this. They don't show this. Couples, right? Couples don't show the true intention in the public, right? They don't show their fights in the public. When they have a fight, it goes deep down, right? It gets violent. It gets ferocious. It gets detailed, right? And they know how to hold that within. You ever seen that movie of what movie was this? Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, right? It's a movie about two couples, a young couple and an older couple, right? Older invite a younger couple to dinner, and the younger couple is a newlywed couple, right? And the older couple, right, are having arguments, right? They're slowly showing it. Like the longer the day go, the more arguments they have, right? You should see it. It shows you how couple works, right? When you're a new couple, you don't argue that much until you get older in the relationship. Then you're gonna start arguing and bickering and cussing each other out and all this stuff, right? It shows you the raw deal about what it's like to be in a relationship. Watch that movie, right? Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf or something like that, right? It will show you how relationships are. When you're with somebody for so long, you begin to hate each other, and when you begin to hate each other, you begin to make a lot of bad memories with each other, and these suffering and pain. And fortunately, the suffering and pain will last longer, right, than it is for the good memories in your life, and those usually solidify a decision whether the relationship succeeded or not. And usually women are very emotional. The pain is very emotional to women. Women will latch onto pain, emotional pain, than it is for good pain. I mean good emotions, right? So when she's in a terrible relationship, she will not hesitate to cut you off, right? She will not hesitate to not work it out with you. This is why a lot of women are not willing to work out with you, right? This is one of the reasons why women are least likely to cooperate, right, in a divorce, because she know the pain too much. She don't want to experience the pain, right? She's flooded with evil and bad energies in her life. That's why they're quick to divorce a man, to do all these stuff, because they're inundated with pain all the time, right? And usually the one who causes the pain are the women, right? Why do you think women, right? Why do you think women, right? They they cut themselves, right? They cut themselves because of the pain. They love the pain, right? I mean, this is probably a bad example, right? But women latch on to the pain. That they don't latch on to good memories. No matter what you say, right? You can have all the good memories in the world with the woman, but the one that truly matters to the most for a woman is the pain, and that pain was usually solidified her decision making into breaking up with a man. All right, you get what I'm saying, right? If you don't get what I'm saying, I hope you get what I'm saying, right? But the thing is, right? Pain is usually the deciding factor in a relationship. The more pain you have in a relationship, the more likely it's superseded all the good times. You can have you can have all the bad memories in your relationship, right? I mean, you can have, no. Let me rephrase that. You can have a little bad memories and a lot of good memories, right? Your bad memories is like this much, but your good memory is this much, right? But the thing is, in a relationship with a woman, right, the small bad memory will supersede the big good memories. That's how much important it is. That pain is that deciding factor in a relationship with a woman. So you want to have a lasting relationship with a woman, you try always. This is why a lot of guys are willing to be compliant with the wife. This idea of happy wife, happy life, right? They try to do everything, try to be a simp. That's why it doesn't work, right? Regardless, she's gonna have pain in her. She's still gonna break up with you. This is why it's hard to satisfy the woman, right? No matter how much you try to reduce the pain, one argument is enough for her to make the decision to break up with you, right? That painful act, she will latch on forever. It's a permanent, it's an imprint, it's a scar on them, right? So for every argument you have with her, supersede every good time you have with her. So no matter what you do, right, to a girl, no matter how nice you to her, that one argument, that one time when you argue with her, you disagree with her, she will break up with you, right? That one time you disagree with her. That's why a lot of women will always remember your arguments more than your happiness, more than your sexual acts, right? She will remember that, and she will use that against you, right? And this is why some guys out there are least inclined to try to argue with the woman. That's why they're simps. That's why they're willing to let the woman make the decision in the house. That's why they're willing to let the woman wear the pants in the house. Because they don't want no arguments. Because they want their family, their relationship to last. Because if there's ever one slight of disengagement with the wife, right? The wife would latch that on and use it as leverage against him. And you know what women do with leverage, right? They weaponize the leverage against the men as always 100%. And she will use that to leverage over men and break up with him, right? This is what I mean, right? If you wanted a lasting relationship with a woman, you have to mitigate as little pain as possible, mitigate as little argument as possible, just to satisfy their needs. And if you're in that relationship anyway, why even bother being in a relationship with that? That's miserable. Right? It's like walking on eggshells all the time. This is why guys in most relationships is like walking on an eggshell to them. Right? Because they try to reduce the pain. They try to make their wife happy. This is why I'm saying that you cannot make a wife happy. She's always going to prefer pain over pleasure. Right? They always prefer pain over pleasure. This is why, back to my point, that this is why a lot of women like to cut themselves. Right? Either cut themselves or get tattoos. Right? Tattoos are very painful. They love that things. Right? This is why a lot of women have a lot of... Well, they have this infatuation with pain, right? It's what drives them. That's why they like chaos, right? This is why they always have an argument with men all the time. Every time you want peace and quiet, they're gonna argue with you, right? They like chaos, right? They can break up their family because of that chaos, that pain. They love that. They urge that pain. This is why they love Chat and Tyrone so much. Chat and Tyrone don't respect them. They bring them pain in their life. Right? They bring them pain in their life. So as when it comes to an argument, she will use that against you, and she will ultimately make her decision of how long the relationship lasts based on how often you argue with her, right? If you argue with her all the time, right, she will use that to break up. She will use that as more reason to file divorce against you, right? To end the divorce. This is why they're least likely inclined to cooperate in any proceedings, in making up, right? It's just it is what it is, right? They love pain. Pain is a lasting imprint, right? This is why people will, when they have to learn something, they have to go through pain first in order for them to learn something, because pain imprinted something. Pleasure don't imprint anything. Pleasure only is a brief thing. Pain lasts for a long time, right? This is why people often learn through pain than it is for them to learn through pleasures, right? But I don't know. I digress. But the point of this video is, I just want to explain that, pain superseded all the pleasure. No matter how much pleasure you have in your relationship, an ounce of pain, right, is the deciding factor to determine whether a woman's still with you or not. But on that note, guys, am I making sense, right, about what I'm saying? Did you enjoy this video? Did you enjoy this topic, right? Let me know if you agree. Leave a comment below, right? If you like my content and you want to support my content, right, like, share, subscribe, and as always, thanks for listening. And on that note, guys, peace and blessings.